Okay, this video is practicing our graphing so that you are prepared for your quiz. So there's three forms that we can graph from: slope intercept, point slope, and standard. So this first two graphs are in slope intercept form. We know that because they say y equals, there's no parentheses. These are all signs are in slope intercept form. Okay, so on the first one, our slope is -2/5 and our y-intercept is 0, 3. Remember, we need to write them as an ordered pair, and you won't get full credit if you don't. So to start, we're going to plot the point 0, 3, and then we're going to use our slope where we go down and to the right and plot more points. And the opposite of going down to the right is up and to the left. And then we can connect our dots, and you can see that they line up and the line goes down from left to right. So we have a negative slope, which is perfect. Okay, number 2, the slope of this line is 2, or you can think of it as 2/1. The y-intercept, there's nothing added on to the end, so the y-intercept is 0, 0. It's going to start at the origin, so we're going to go up 2 and right 1, or down 2 and left 1, and then these points go up from left to right, which is what we want. Okay, now 4 and 5, or 3 and 4, excuse me, are not in slope intercept anymore. They're in point slope form. And you know something is going to be point slope form once you see the parentheses. That's kind of your red flag. And the information you're trying to find is the point and the slope. So the point is the opposite of what's with the x and the y. So that's going to be, hold on, it's going to be -5 and then +4. Because remember, it's always x first and then y. Our slope is the number in front of the parentheses. In this case, there's no number in front of the parentheses. So our slope is just 1. So we're going to start at -5, 4 and make a point. Now remember, 1 is the same as 1/1. So that's our slope. You have to think of it as a fraction to be able to graph it. And there's our line. Okay, number 4, our point is the opposite of what's in the parentheses, which is going to be +5, but then there's nothing added or subtracted from the y, so that is 0. The slope is the number in front of the parentheses, which is 5/2. And 5, 0 is the point over here, so I'm going to go up 1, right 2, or down 1, left 2, and there is my line. Okay, on the back, now we're in standard form. And in standard form, remember, your slope is the opposite of A over B. This is our A, this is our B, and this is our C. So our slope in this one is going to be -2/4. But we always reduce our slope, so that's going to be -1/2. Okay, the x-intercept is when y goes away. So we're solving the equation 2x = 12. So x is 6, so we get 6, 0. The y-intercept is when x goes away, so I have 4y = 12. So y is 3, so I get 0, 3. Now, because both of those numbers are nice whole numbers and they fit on the graph, we do not have to use the slope. We're just going to plot those 2 points and try and do a better job connecting the dots. There's our line. Okay, number 6. Our slope is the opposite of A over B, so that's going to be 3/5. The x-intercept is when y goes away, so I get -3x = -9, so x is going to be 3. The y-intercept is when x goes away, so I have 5y = -9. And when I divide by 5, y is going to be -9/5. Now, I don't want to plot a fraction, so I'm going to deal with the x-intercept of 3, 0, and from there, use my slope. So I'm going to go up 3, right 5. That will take me just a little off the graph. We'll just fake it right now. And then down 3 and left 5, and then my line looks like such. Okay, slope, finding the slope. When you have 2 points, it's going to be y over x. And in our point, remember, this is x1, y1, x2, y2. So we're finding the slope. Y2 minus y1 would be 2 minus -8 over -7 minus 5. Well, minus a negative is plus a positive, so I get 10 over negative 12. Always reduce your slope to get full credit, so we get negative 5 over 6 because I can divide them both by 2. Okay, number 2. I'm going to get negative 9 minus 4 over negative 3 minus negative 3. So that gives me negative 13 over 0. When 0 is on the bottom, if you leave it like this, you're going to get partial credit. But to get full credit, you have to tell me that that is undefined. Okay? What about over here for number 3? On this one, I'm going to have 4 minus 4 over negative 11 minus 6. So that's going to be 0 over negative 17, which again, this will give you partial credit, but to get full credit, you need to tell me that that equals 0. All right, last but not least, we can count this slope off of the graph. So I always like to start with the point on the left. And to get to the point on the right, I have to go down. I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4. So I went down 4, and then I went right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have negative 4 over 6, but we always reduce our slope and get negative 2/3. Okay, if you can do that material, then you will be successful on your